All right, welcome back to Energy Boom 101. This is dispatch from the patch 20, live from the studios, the Transparent Barrel, overlooking Boom U. Boom! Just blew up on you there. We're now doing the patented back pedal into the studio, and then I will explain what's going on with a variety of documentation, including but not limited to newspapers. We're also going to experiment with a new camera angle here, so prepare yourself for this one. I'm hoping to get both maps in. If this thing's working right, you should see Harold Hamm in the top left, and then there's also a phrenology skull in the middle right we'll be getting to, and there's a Vladipoo below that, and then the Global Energy Rainbow / chess matches below that. So it looks like everything's squared up. We've got the rock music going. This is Energy Boom 101, and I think we've got the slogan about connecting crude to consciousness. Let me grab the documentation. We'll get to the show. Okay, quick update on what's happening here. Once again, our methods of mining are primitive but effective. That's newspapers, so I've got plenty of newspapers here. We'll be reading headlines, and then we'll show you where they are on the map, and we'll connect dots, and it'll all make sense eventually. By the way, this is Energy Boom 101. Transparent Barrel Studios, Boom U's right out there. Connecting crude to consciousness, one gusher at a time. Let's see what else. You got the old, the drilling fluid today was provided by Johnny Walker Gold. Was nice enough to come by with a little drilling fluid. And the fracking service, that was a smoke signal from Geronimo's in the Cali Patch. So we appreciate that. This is Energy Boom 101, so we're going to talk about crude oil. But we're also going to probably do a little spin-off on Energy Boom 102, because that's the other energy boom, and that's cannabis. So far, this is about all we've got on that, and we can reference that. But let's stick with the crude oil boom right now. Energy Boom 101, okay, what are the big updates? We updated the map. So what we'll do is I'll show you the updates on the map, and then I'll go through the newspaper articles and see if that doesn't sort of fill things in. And by the way, at some point, the bells of Boom U will come to call, and you will ask not for whom they toll. It's that simple. Here we go. Big updates, big updates, by the way. So in the U.S. energy boom, you got this play up in North Dakota called the Bakken. Harold Hamm, it's a wicked shirt, by the way, he's sporting. I tell you what, he's so happy he can't see straight right there. But his Army of the Bakken, which is marching in North Dakota, unconfirmed reports, which I'll get to later, suggest, I think it's a Goldman Sachs report, suggests that the Bakken is projected to grow to 2 million barrels a day of production by 2023. Here's what that means. Right now it's at 1 million barrels per day, which by the way is an enormous amount because Canada, the country of Canada, does 2.3 million barrels a day. So we have one plant in the United States that's basically at 1 million barrels per day. By the way, I think that number's right, but who knows, who cares. 1 million barrels per day. And then we have a report that says they're projected for the Bakken production output to double, to increase another million. So by 2023, which is 10 years from now, the Bakken will be doing 2 million barrels per day. What I would offer you is this is probably at least significant anecdotal evidence that this boom that is occurring, it probably has 10 years in it. 10 years at least, and that's just in the Bakken. So that's a big update. Everyone will want to know that. And shareholders of Continental Resources will probably want to know that too. By the way, quick segue, we're waiting for the Army of the Scoop to arrive. They're probably already there. We'll try and figure out the number of drilling rigs that are active in the Scoop right now. In the meantime, another big update we learned was, and we talked about this a few times previous, the Niobrara play, which primarily is Colorado, and I'm sure there's some of it that goes into Wyoming, but the Niobrara play, we got some nice statistics on. From an article, this is a great way to segue into that, about how 4 Colorado towns are voting on a fracking ban. This is really cool because this gives you an opportunity to see what's going on in the real grassroots, state-by-state level of what clearly is an issue between drillers and environmentalists. And I even hesitate to make it that simple, but nothing ever is. But it's this article ended up giving us a lot of good facts about the Niobrara that I want to share with you right now. which is that there's 100 rigs in the Niobrara as we speak, and its production is 267,000 barrels per day, so you can see that it's basically a quarter of the size of the Bakken. Its reserves are estimated at 2 billion barrels of reserves. I'm not so sure what that means. I'm sure there's some value you can figure out with it. And right now its output per day for natural gas is 4.6 billion cubic feet of gas per day. I don't know if that's big or not. I don't know. Who cares? But we do know this about the Niobrara. It's a nice little play. The Bakken's a big, big play, and the Niobrara is a quarter the size of it, but could grow. And it's a nice little play, and there's 100 rigs in there right now. So that's another big update. And then, don't have any big updates on any Symphony of Shale activity. We're still awaiting that. But you know what we could do? We could probably try and start to blend into this Energy Boom show the whole chase of connecting crude to consciousness. If we're going to open the show with that slogan, we at least ought to try. So let's give it a shot right here. Let's see if this sticks to the wall. We're going to take the 267,000 barrels per day that are coming out of the Niobrara, and we're going to throw that right there, prefrontal cortex, I think. I don't know. If that's where we're connecting crude to consciousness, so be it. If not, we're not going to worry about it for now. I would say, I don't think there's any other big updates. Other than heads up, kids, there's probably going to be a few more new shale plays. Maybe one in Illinois. Definitely one in Louisiana with one of the best names out there as far as shale plays go. And that's the Tuscaloosa Marines. Great, great name. And it looks like it's just one more shale play that's getting into cork in the United States. So as you can see, the game's on big time. We're trying to stay on top of it. I'd love to come at you today with some Symphony of Shale updates. We'll dig into that. Tommy Ward's still with us. Aubrey's obviously still in the house. I bet there's a connection also, by the way, between McClendon's wig, which is incredible, and probably something in that consciousness. Definitely with Vladdy Poo. Now, I know we've still got time to discuss the global energy rainbow updates. Those are significant too, so I'm going to spin around and do that. And as we await the bells of Boom U, then we'll get into this content. This is the old spin squat, works every time. So this is the global energy rainbow, and it's also a global energy chess match, and we'll assign pieces to the leaders later. You got to give Vladdy Poo a queen. You got to give President Obama a queen, and then I'll let someone who understands the game of chess, because I don't have a clue what it's all about, help me out with this. But the global energy rainbow is also a global energy chess match, but for now, just the global energy rainbow. The updates are that we found out that OPEC issued an outlook, which is really interesting. They just flat tell you sort of what's going on. And suffice to say, inside sources have told us that the OPEC outlook is that they want the oil to be at $100 a barrel. And you gotta love them for just telling you, this is what we want. $100 a barrel sounds like that's pretty good for everyone. But that's, apparently this is in their outlook, the top secret, $100 a barrel. Here's what else we know about, we learned about OPEC from the Outlook report, that they presently control 80% of the conventional oil reserves. That's an enormous amount, and that's conventional. So you have to think that still gives them a lot of leverage that they may be able to bring to market oil quicker than we think, because make no mistake about it, folks, this is a race, and which is a great segue into the three horses in the race, Saudi Arabia, and that's why we put the OPEC outlook right below them. Saudi Arabia, horse number 1, horse number 2, Russia, horse number 3, the United States, and gaining quickly based on what you see going on right there. But that big game is being played out, so for you to see how OPEC is responding to this big game, just look at the Outlook report they issued. They say that they expect to lose 8% of their market share to competing resources. That would be shale, United States shale. It'd also be Canadian tar sands, like a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich, name the movie. It would also be probably some activity in the Caspian Sea. But this outlook says we want it to be $100 a barrel. We have 80% of the conventional reserves, and right now they sell. This is a wicked number. OPEC sells an average of 30.3 million barrels per day to the globe for them to consume, And their outlook says they expect that number to drop. They expect to lose market share. They expect that number of sales today to drop 5 years from now, in 2018, by about 1.1 million barrels per day. Significant, that's about 8%. But that starts to give us really good hard numbers, really simple to understand big numbers that probably help provide probably a realistic reflection of the length of this boom and who else is going to be involved. So that's a big update to learn that. Oh my God. Stop now. You've been fortunate enough to arrive at a moment in time, frozen forever, known only as the bells that boom you. They come to call. You will listen. And I think this is 9 o'clock, so we should get 9 strokes. Watch this. What do you think of that? 9. Okay, and here should be a icing on the cake, which I'm going to guess is Thin Lizzy's The Cowboy Song. We may not get anything. Wow, I am stunned to silence. Anyways, that's probably a way to end this out. We're probably getting close to 15 minutes. This has been Dispatch from the Patch 20. We did a nice overview of what's happening in the United States. We did a nice overview of what's happening in the globe. And Dispatch from the Patch 21 we'll probably talk about these articles. That's it. 3, 2, 1, boom.